Teacher can afford one. You should feel like you're driving a sports car. You should feel excitement. And so this is about feeling. For the first time ever, we're planning on having Toyotas make you feel things. And so this whole sort of exhibit here, this whole interactive sort of experience is about emotion and feeling. We want you to feel what it's like to drive the new Camry. We don't want to just tell you, we're marketers. You've heard it all before about how exciting our new cars are. We wanted to get out of the way of the new car and really make you sort of feel what you hopefully will feel when you're behind the wheel. So this is about this. There's all sorts of emotions in this exhibit, and so since we can't drive it in here, we tried. They wouldn't let us. It's very sad, but certain restrictions. We're going to try to give you the feeling of what it's like to get behind the wheel. So we hope everybody enjoys it. We're pretty excited about it, and we think everybody else will be too. We're really blown away by the excitement about this trim level. I mean, honestly, we weren't originally going to feature this in our communications. This is the XSE. This is the sporty version. Usually we feature, sort of the #1 seller, which is sort of usually a step down in sort of trim level. But honestly, this just looks so good, and the guys who designed it at Toyota were so proud of it that we decided to feature it, and not surprisingly, it's just a great-looking car. It's some of the things you don't notice. I mean, yes, you notice leather seats. Yes, you notice the two-tone, paint scheme. But it's way lower to the ground. They have a new platform that they're building all their cars on, and it's just wider and lower. It has a better stance. And again, maybe that's something you don't really notice, like specifically. You don't go, oh, that car's, X amount of inches closer to the ground. But you sort of feel it in its aesthetics. It really feels. There's a. And I hesitate to say this because it sounds sort of ridiculous, but there's a little bit of muscle car in this. I mean, you hear this thing and you hear the engine coming. I mean, and again, it's surprising for a Camry. It roars. It's pretty interesting. So we wanted to showcase that, feature, even knowing that, this is a more limited edition. They're going to crank out as many of these as possible and get them in the hands of everybody who wants one, but a lot of people want them, and that's a great thing. Well, again, we wanted to take, so you're on a city street here. It feels like a Hollywood backlot, but you're on a city street, but it's really taking something familiar, which is, again, sort of an errand maybe. You're driving through a town, you're on your way to pick up your kids, whatever. It's elevating sort of the mundane and the everyday and trying to make it exciting and, and sexy and all these sort of emotions and exhilarating and thrilling and all these sort of descriptive words that you don't normally associate with a Camry. But, again, you might just be going from point A to point B, but that point A to point B is going to feel very different than any other car or even older Camrys. It's just, the people are going to be surprised about what they feel in them. So I think that's what we want to say. This is a city street, but city streets are going to feel a lot different when you're in this car.
And then why LA? Why did you choose to incorporate LA in your...
Look, LA, there's a really amazing sense of, there's a really artistic vibe here that I think has only increased in the past few years. I've lived here a long time. And every year it just feels like there's a new sort of vibrancy, there's a buzz in the community. LA's always been a great city for art, but that just seems more so in the past couple of years, just the incredible diversity. And look, let's be honest, it's historically always been a great driving town. And again, this is a driving town, and a lot of people are going on errands to their job, pick up their kids, that kind of thing. This is a city that hopefully we can elevate the drive. I'm never going to say that being stuck on the 405 is all of a sudden going to be your favorite part of the day. But again, we hope in those kind of commutes that you do in Los Angeles, we hope that you are feeling a little bit more exhilarated sitting behind the wheel of the Camry.
If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch more coverage from MUSE.